Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome live at the rehearsal hall, Hawksly Workman.
Dead kites in farmers' fields, the jailed dreamers are growing gills. So eat it up, you maniacs. Eat up the whole thing, oh, you maniacs. Possibilities of open skies, and the worms roar like silent kings. So eat it up, you fat toes. Eat up the whole thing. As we untie the boat, push ourselves from shore, and we'll remember you, you poor souls, you poor slaves. They're building the cities on your broken backs. And what of your own fires? And what of your own fires? Oh, we're leaving you now. We're leaving you when your cinders are so cold. And be absolutely quiet as we untie the boat and we push ourselves from shore. We'll remember you, you poor souls, you poor slaves, building the cities on your broken backs. What of your own fires? What of your own fires? Oh, we're leaving you now. We're leaving you when your cinders are so cold. Cinders are so cold.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Hawksly. My name's Lance Chilton, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here to the rehearsal hall tonight. Our special guest, Hawksly Workman. Welcome, Hawksly. It's great to have you here.
Cheers. Thanks for
now,
having me.
you'll indulge me. I have to speak about you in the third person for just a few moments, just by way quickly of introduction, because our pal Hawksly here is a bit of a moving target. And as you may have guessed by hearing that number, his music defies prediction. It's impossible to pigeonhole, and it's making it as a process that he has called lusty, feral, and messy, which are all good, visceral words. I like that.
Marcus.
That's some of the several reasons that we like Hawksly. A British music writer recently called Hawksly the coolest thing to come out of Canada, and I only mention it because it's kind of ironic, because Hawksly grew up in a town that's actually the coldest place in Canada, or one of them. And we're going to talk to Hawksly about how he got here from there and a bunch of other stuff soon. But first, more music.
Yeah,
all right,
absolutely.
Hawksly Workman.
Thank you, everybody. Look at those buggers who are looting the crash site, taking the ring off your sweet little finger that I gave to you when we got married. You're underwater, now you're back where you came from, misdipping a beauty that would naturally flow from the center of all that you are, all that you are. Your beauty must be rubbing off. Your beauty must be rubbing off on me. If we had children, they'd be lovely and beautiful, and possess a peace and a strength and a depth in their eyes, and a soundness in heart, even as they cry. And we as lovers bloom like lilies in midnight, to taste our bellies before God. We are witness to currents we cannot control, cannot control. Your beauty must be rubbing off. Your beauty must be rubbing off on me. Your beauty must be rubbing off. Your beauty must be rubbing off on me. It's how the faces that you never passed, or that you never had, to the shivers you couldn't shake, the planes you didn't like, the hooks that didn't take, all found annoying in the weather to as you fight with the curves to cover up your nakedness from the neighbor's gaze. Such a sweet display of nothingness and everything. I'll never mind those things of mine, the sweet sunset. Oh yes, tonight. Oh, cacophony, cacophony. Yeah. So let me say you look lovely in all of this. Let me say that the death that I
Welcome back, everybody, live at the Rehearsal Hall tonight. And our guest is Hawksly Workman. Welcome to you, welcome Hawksly, and welcome to you at home, and welcome to you here as well. And I have a question for you, and it's kind of biographical because I know a little bit about where you come from.
Sure.
And Hawksly grew up in a town called Huntsville, Ontario, and it's kind of a place that caters to well-off tourists in the summer and then folds up in the winter and kind of huddles under the cold because it's cold. About 18,000 people live in there. Beautiful place. And I say this kindly, not noted as sort of a hotbed of artistic culture. All kinds of other culture, but no, it's not noted as a hotbed of that sort of activity.
Well, maybe. I mean, there is an underground, definitely, as strange as that might seem for a town of 18,000. It's actually 15,000, but... and it's a supportive community. I mean, I had a TV show and I had a radio show. It was a wonderful place, and the minister of the church, you know, he used to run all sorts of theater things, so...
Yeah, well, I want to get to that. Like, how did that kind of a place shape the type of performer and artist you are now?
I think that I was fortunate to grow up in a time when we didn't get hardly any television stations, and video games were in their infancy, and we had a black and white TV as well. So,
you know, we've got all that here.
Yeah, no, I think this is my TV actually, but so you're forced to use your imagination when you grow up in the country, and not that I, you know, am critical of any time, place, person, or otherwise, but certainly it seems like a difficult time for children, I think, in a city this time, to be using their imaginations.
Sometimes critics, when they write about your music and your performing specifically, the word operatic pops up, and which is kind of surprising. And I was surprised to learn that you started as a musician drumming. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Which is not what most people would equate with you know, a theatrical type of performer.
A handsome guy who deserves to be in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Here's the
Absolutely.
drummer. Should we tell the drummer joke for those who don't work in the music business?
Well, there's a few of them, and I've heard them all.
It is. I find it surprising that you started as a drummer.
Well, I wouldn't be so surprised. You know, I think that, you know, I taught music in my little town where I grew up since I was 15 for about 4 or 5 years, and I think that some kind of drum, some kind of percussion is the way for any kid to sort of begin. Because it's
others
animal,
would
you
say
know,
it's
it
the
resonates
piano.
with your... What's that?
Others would say it's the piano.
Well, they're wrong, I would say. Piano should come after that, because piano requires a certain amount of intellectual skill, but with the drums, it just speaks to kids, you know? That's why I took up drums, lack of intellectual skill.
And the that's funny. That's why I got into television. But the piano is also, when you get down to it, a percussive instrument as well.
Yeah, no, it's in the percussion family.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, little hammering things and vibrating
No,
things.
but, you know, drums, it's passionate, it's animal, it's sexual, it's...
Plus, the drummer's got to be watching everyone. I mean, I guess the drummer would sort of have the big picture on it. No?
Is that the cue for my story?
Oh, the ass story?
Well,
Go ahead if you want.
No, just that as a hired drummer, you get to sit behind a lot of asses in your career, and some are far better than others. And but anyways, that's at a certain time in my young career, I started to rate my gigs by the ass that I was sitting behind.
Well, you know, I think now is the perfect time to invite you to look at Hawksly's ass with more music. Hawksly Workman.
Your bare feet dancing crazy in shards of wine glasses. The picture's blurry blue. What the hell's got into you, tarantula? No, tarantula. The yellow fringe is fraying. You put the top down. Clothes cling tightly to your body. When it's raining, Lord, my hungry smitten eye. What have you been bitten by, tarantula?
know what's good for me. It's just like chocolate fingers on bedside. So, how do you describe the pain? Here's what I'm prescribing, babe. Tarantula. Tarantula. Your Thank you very much. Please welcome here Sarah Sleen. You know, the next song we're going to do is called Old Bloody Orange, and Sarah sang with me on this song, and I never remember the words. I think it's either because my mother wrote the song or a friend, but I look at your lips and hopefully they'll tell the story. Old bloody orange, there was a time, and there was a day when we came and went, and there, oh, see? And the gates, oh, the damn gates, they swung to the changes in the wind, like those gates will do. And there was a night when they reached and clawed for each other. Oh, oh. So please say that it's not lost forever. Old fuzzy peach, I know you remember. It came every year till I was older. I lost all my sense and I moved to the city. And look at me now. Have you seen me lately, honey pie? I'm lost and I'm broken, where the good words not spoken. Oh, please say that I'm not lost forever.
make it last forever.
Merci.
Welcome back live at the Rehearsal Hall tonight. Our guest is Hawksly Workman. Just before we get you to play some more, one of our guests in the Rehearsal Hall tonight, Leslie, was eyeing up your band, The Wolves, so perhaps she'd like to be introduced, she and everybody else.
Derek Brady plays the bass.
Hi, Derek.
And he's a great cook, too, man. And on the drums is a fellow I like to call Darkness, who's such a fantastic drummer, and he works a hotel room, too. And on the piano is my main guy here, and it's Mr. Lonely on the piano.
Hi, Mr. Lonely. It's nice to see you again. Welcome back. We're getting to know you musically, and we'll talk to you a little bit more, but first, how about some more music? Something saucy from Hawksly Workman.
Saucy.
In a house by the tracks, I want you back. In a dress that's faded black, I want you back. I want you back. All the ways my mother taught me how. I want you now. In any place you'll allow, I want you now. I want you now. Whoa, it's not very hard staying true. I'm staying true to you with your kisses, all I think about. The proof is in your moves, in your grooves, and the little things you do, the silly things you laugh about. I called, you came, I called, you came. It seems to be the only way. I'm dreaming of the kissing that I'm missing, truly wishing that you listen when I sweetly ask you to. Strip tease for me, baby. Strip tease for me, baby. Ooh, all the ways you never ever had. I want you bad. You know I'll never make you sad. I want you bad. I want you bad. As if I never said the words. I want you first. The only thing that could quench my thirst. I want you first. I want you first. It's not very hard staying true, and I'm staying true to you. With your kisses, all I think about. First in your moves, your grooves, and the little things you do, and the silly things you laugh about. I called, you came. I called, you came. It seems to be the only way. I've been dreaming of the kissing that I miss, so truly wishing that you listen when I sweetly ask you to. Strip tease for me, baby. Strip tease for me, baby. Ooh. I called, you came, I called, you came. It seems to be the only way. I'm dreaming of the kissing that I'm missing, truly wishing that you listen when I sweetly ask you to striptease for me, baby. Striptease for me, baby. Striptease for me, baby. Ooh, ah. I'm jealous of your cigarette. 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 Jealous of your cigarette. I'm jealous of your cigarette. I'm jealous of your cigarette. I'm really jealous for I'm jealous of your cigarette.
Welcome back, live at the Rehearsal Hall tonight. Our guest is Hawksly Workman, and we're having a great time. I have to. I'm curious because I love speaking to musicians because I admire people with that kind of creativity that I personally lack. But you wrote somewhere or said in an article somewhere that you don't like to sort of sit down and say, I'm going to write a song now. That things come when you're doing the laundry or washing the dishes, and you like it better that way. And I'm curious if you've got Tide boxes with lyrics written on them, or how that works.
Well, I don't know if necessarily I like it better that way. I mean, if it's happening that way, you have no choice but to sort of accept it. So I just like washing the dishes. I think that I like being in the tub, and there's something about that really...
The tub part I get. The dishes
It's all about, I think our culture, we're not busy enough, and some would argue differently, but we don't chop enough wood and carry enough water, I don't think. And that's where the real creative stuff is done, when you're busy working, I think, for me, when I get to wash the dishes, it's spiritual.
I like to ask this of artists and performers just to kind of get an idea of where they're coming from. Who is more important in your book? Is it the artist or is it the audience?
Well, I firmly believe... See, I think that the reason why recorded music is a sin and television is a sin is that music is about community, just like church, you know, and you come and you sing together, and music is about sharing and participating together. So neither one is more important than the other. Each gives the other energy, and I'm not certain if it's written in the stars or if there's a schedule that someone's taking care of, but a great audience and a great artist meeting together is such an amazing thing. And it's not ever bankable, and it's not ever guaranteed. And when one isn't working with the other, it's terrible and it's hellish. And I've been on the other end, so on both ends.
You gamble, don't you?
It's a big gamble. Wonderful gamble.
It's a pleasure getting to know you a little bit,
my
Hawksly.
pleasure.
Yeah, and it's been wonderful to have
Thank
you
you.
here. You're going to wrap it up with some music. Thanks to you also for being lovely guests. And we'll leave you with some music now. Shall I take that? You can do some music?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hawksly Workman.
Follow my trail, and it won't be long. I've been falling through the oldest trick in the book. It never goes wrong. It's so cool, and about all of it's true. Of this desperate ocean feels so good. Being angry. Not beautiful, oh big lover, not beautiful. If you go, it's plain survival. Then be clever, not beautiful. And poets lock up your words. Our tongues are all tied. People be reading every history book that the poets are trained as we'll know through songs of us true. Team up an ocean that we made something more than animals. Big lover, not beautiful. Oh, big lover, not beautiful. If you go, it's plain survival. Well, then be level, not beautiful. How does your face as you roam through the garden, and not as the earthworms gather beneath your
thank you, thank you. Be clever, not beautiful. Thanks for coming, and really, truly, yeah, it's been a pleasure. You can't be crying now. I feel so happy that we're here together. Your eyes must be filled with the mist of underwater cigarettes. And we've lathered ourselves here. Now let's go swim in the city's reservoir. Don't even think like that. Right now we'll just be further and further away. Cause we're cradled in no beginning and no end. No. Like naked bathtub goldfish shimmering in timeless candlelight. I trust my nighttime eyes to see you swim like ancient swimmers did. Don't even think like that right now. We'll just be further and further away. Cause we're cradled in no beginning and no end. Thank you. Let's go swimming.